सो मैथमेटिकल रीजनिंग ऑलमोस्ट हो गया था और मैं आज कोशिश करूंगा कि चैप्टर खत्म हो जाए, है ना। बाकी तुम लोग प्रॉब्लम प्रैक्टिस करते रहना, जो भी डाउट्स है यू कैन आस्क। किसी भी चैप्टर का अगर तुमने ट्राई किए तो तुम पूछ सकते हो। Okay, so you can see the screen now. So what we have done, this we have done qualifier, quantifier. So you have access to this book, so you can read that. Yeah, we have to learn about this. Yeah, converse, inverse, and contrapositive. We were here. Okay, in the last class, we wanted to discuss this, but could not do one. Converse of a statement, inverse of a statement, and contrapositive of a statement. And actually, regarding that, we'll discuss about if-then statement. Okay. So we'll see this. Okay, जी. So let's start here. See, what do you see here? So from implication P implies Q, you have a statement P implies Q. Okay. So we can obtain three implication: converse, inverse, and contrapositive. So if you have P implies Q, see, you have P implies Q. This is given to you. So given statement is P implies Q. So you want to write what? You want to write converse. Converse of P implies Q. That will be Q implies P. Fine. And inverse, if you want to write inverse, so look here, you have a statement P implies Q, you want to write inverse of that. So inverse will be not P implies not Q. Okay. And next is the contrapositive. So P implies Q has contrapositive statement not Q implies not P. So you have to practice a lot of problem to so that you can differentiate, because you might be confused between all three. So not Q implies not P. This is contrapositive. Inverse is not P implies not Q. And converse is Q implies P. So you will be given this statement. They will ask you find the converse of the given statement, find the inverse of the given statement, find the contrapositive of the given statement. Okay. So let's come here. So what I said, you will be given P implies Q. They will ask you converse. Converse is Q implies P. They will ask you inverse. Inverse is not P implies not Q. And they will ask you contrapositive. Okay, contrapositive is not Q implies not P. Okay. Converse is Q implies P, inverse is not P implies not Q, and contrapositive is not Q implies not P. So write one statement, then you can simply make that. So let me give you one statement. So given statement is, suppose if if 2 divides 4, then 4 is even. Okay. Simple the statement is if then. So if P, then Q. So if 2 divides 4, then 4 is even. Now tell me, so you first write on your notebook, so that will be easy for you, or directly you can say. So tell me the inverse of this statement. So how will you write the inverse of this above statement? Yeah, any one of you please tell me, unmute करके बताओ.
4 is not odd.
4 is
If
odd.
Acha, first let me, okay, 1 minute. First let's write converse one. So let's start in order. So yeah, tell me converse. Converse is first
4
one.
is even because 4 is even because 2 divides 2.
Yeah,
4
if
is
4
even,
if 4 is even, yeah, then 2 divides 4.
It's 4.
Okay, so good. You all understand very easily. Okay, and what is the meaning of inverse?
If 2 not divides 4, then 4 is odd.
Yes, so you can write like this. If 2 doesn't divide, if 2 does not divide 4, then 4 is not even. Okay, so 4 is odd. You can write. And the contrapositive. So contrapositive is
4 is odd, then if 4 is odd, then 2 doesn't divide 4.
yes. So if 4 is not even, okay, not q implies not p. So if 4 is not even means 4 is odd. If 4 is odd, then 2 does not divide 4, right? Does not divide 4. So this you can write simply. If you have given if then a statement, you can write converse, you can write inverse, you can write contrapositive. Now the question is you have to make the truth table. So do you remember the truth table for P implies Q? So let me remind you. P, Q, P implies Q. So the possibility was both can be true. It can be true, false. It can be false, true, or it can be false, false. Okay. Now, so do you remember how to write? So what is true implies true?
True.
True. What is true implies false?
false.
False. False.
True implies false. So I said you to remember like this. If you answer correctly, you will get marks. Okay. Yeah, if question is correct and your answer is correct, like this I've said. So first is if question is correct and your answer is correct. True means you will get marks. So if question is correct and your answer is also correct, you will get marks. If question is correct, your answer is incorrect, then you will not get marks, right? Yeah. If question is incorrect or your answer is correct, you will get marks. Your if question is incorrect or your answer is incorrect, still you will get marks. Okay, because question is incorrect, so all of you will be given marks. So like you can remember like this, right? Otherwise if you remember directly, then that's fine. So true implies true is true, true implies false is false, false implies true is true, and false implies false is also true. What is the truth table for not q, not p implies not q? So now I would like to write not p implies, oh, first let's write for q implies p. So for q implies p. Okay, so let's write truth table for q implies p. Yeah, so what can we write about q implies p? So true implies true. What?
True.
True. Q implies p I'm doing, okay, from here to here. False implies true.
True.
True. True implies false.
False.
So false. And false implies false.
True.
True. Okay. Now I would like to write the truth table for not p implies not q. So not p implies not q. I would like to write truth table of this. Okay. So not p implies not q. Okay. You have to think about not p implies not q. I'm going to write this. So not P. So you have to go opposite. Okay. Not P implies not Q. So false implies false.
True.
True. Okay. And not Q implies not Q. So false implies true.
True.
True. And true implies false.
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 False. And true implies true.
True. True.
Okay.
True.
So now the last thing remains is contrapositive thing. So let's write that also. So let's make table for contrapositive was not Q implies not P. So not Q implies not P. Okay, so not Q means, so now you will see not Q implies not P. Okay, so opposite of Q. So false implies false.
True.
True implies false.
False.
False. False implies true.
True.
True. And then true implies true.
True.
So you consider these two, okay? You consider this given statement and its contrapositive. You see that, you see these two. So what do you notice? So the given statement is equivalent to the contrapositive statement. Why equivalent? Because you know in the mathematical logics, if two statements have same truth table or same truth value, so means they are equivalent. So in all the situation, you notice that the truth value for given statement P implies Q and truth values for contrapositive statement not Q implies not P, both are same, right? True, false, true, 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 false, true, true. So means both are equivalent. And if you see here for this converse and inverse. So what do you see for the converse inverse? Both have same truth values, means these two are equivalent. Okay. So you can simply remember that given statement P implies Q is equivalent to not Q implies not P. These two statements are equivalent. So not Q implies not P. Okay. So now we have some problems. So you can see here there is activity. So I did that. Prepare truth table for given statement, their converse, inverse, and contrapositive. So you notice that given statement and contrapositive are equivalent, converse and inverse are equivalent. Okay, write the negation of the following. Like this type of questions you can do at your home, right? You can write simply negations of or statement, end statement. So for your recalling, let me write. So negation of P and Q was negation P or negation Q. Okay. Negation of P or Q. This was negation P and negation Q. Okay. So this was the. So these questions you can do. Negation of this. Okay. Can you try this? So this is for quantifiers. Okay. And you want to write the negation for that. So see here. Write the negation of the following statement. First statement is all natural numbers are rational. So okay, you try to write the negation of this. Okay, first you try, then I will give. Tell me negation of first statement. Are you able to listen me? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, you try. Okay, so let me give you a hint.
Natural numbers are
Negation of for all is there exist. Negation of for all is there exist. Negation of there exist is for all. Yeah. So what do you want to say? Here is all natural numbers are
there
rational.
exists a natural number which is not natural.
Not rational. Yes. So there exists a natural number that is not rational. You can write like this. Some student, or you can also write there exists means some. You know, some natural numbers are not rational. You can write like this. Some student of class 10th are 16-year-old. So tell me their negation.
All students of class 10 are not 16 years old.
Yes. Okay, so negation you want to write. So some means there exists only. So all students are not in, not all students of class 10 are not 16-year-old. Fine. There exists a natural number such that n plus 8 is more than 11.
All n that is belong to natural numbers such that n plus 8 is less than or equal.
Yes. So for all n plus natural number, n plus 8 is less than equal to 11. Okay. And here is again, for all x belongs to natural number, 2x plus 1 is odd.
There exists a natural number where 2x plus 1 is even.
Yes, so there exists x belongs to natural number such that 2x plus 1 is not odd, means that is it. Fine, so you can do, just you change for all into there exists and there exists into for all and write the negation. Okay, you just add not. So all natural numbers are rational. So some natural numbers are not rational, or there exists a natural number that is not rational. You can write like this. So you have seen this. So you have any doubt? Anyone?
No, sir.
Okay. Now write the converse, inverse, and contrapositive of the following. See. So look at the third. So you can check your answer also. We also answered same way. No problem. Write the converse, inverse, and contrapositive. So main statement was P implies Q. Converse was Q implies P. Inverse is not P implies not Q. And contrapositive is not Q implies not P. Okay. So look, if a function is differentiable, then it is continuous. So what is its converse?
If it is continuous, then function is differentiable.
Yes, if function is continuous, then it is differentiable. Inverse is what?
If a function is not differentiable, then it is not continuous.
Correct. And contrapositive?
If a function is not continuous, then it is not differentiable.
Right. Okay, so you can do that. Simply you can write for this one also. If it rains, then the match will be cancelled. So similar way you can do that. So now I will come to the algebra of this statement. Okay, there's some important results. So this will help you. So you will see the question from mains or advanced. So this thing will be used. This is like the rules from set theory. So in set theory, you know the De Morgan's law type thing. So complement of complement is A. Similar here is negation of negation is the same statement like that. So you can relate this results to set theory also. So results, first result is P implies Q is equivalent to not P and Q, sorry, not P or Q. P implies Q statement, this is equivalent to not P or Q. So suppose I want to prove this, when we want to prove two statements are equivalent, we have to just make truth table and you can prove that both have the same truth values. So like here you can see it proved. So you look at P implies Q and look at not P or Q. You will see both have same truth values. So that's why both are equivalent. There are other method also. So one more method we have later on. So you'll see here that we can use algebra of, you can use some rules and then you can prove. That will also work. So basic rule is you just make the truth table and see the equivalent. Otherwise, you simplify the LHS or one of the statement and then you convert into the other by using rules. Similarly, second is P if and only if Q is equivalent to P implies Q and Q implies P. Okay, so P if and only if double implies are there. So they converted one implies and the other implies. P implies Q and Q implies P. So again, you want to prove both are equivalent, you make the truth table. Now, like they did, you see if and only if, and you see this. Okay, so you can simply see that. So this if and only if, P if and only if, and this P implies Q and Q implies P both are equivalent because of they have the same truth values. And the third statement is P or Q and R is equal to P or Q and P or R. So see, P or Q, they took it together, and P or R, like A into B plus C. A into B plus A into C. You know this? Distributive law. This is also a distributive law. The third is nothing but a distributive law. So what they do? They distributed P over Q and R both. So P or Q and P or R. So this OR is distributed over end. Here is end is distributed over OR. So same thing, P and Q or P and R. So if you know this, just same thing. There is a multiplication, there is addition. So in place of multiplication, here was this OR, and in place of multiplication, here is AND. So you do in the similar way. Okay, and the plus in middle will be plus in middle. So like the notation in middle will be same notation in middle. So are you getting what I'm saying? Just distribute, okay, P over Q and R. You want to prove this? Again, what you can do? You can make the truth table and you can prove. So P or Q and R is equivalent to P or Q and P or R. P and Q or R is equivalent to P and Q or P and R. Okay. Now, so there are some algebra of statement. So you see here, P and P. So P and P, same thing is twice, okay? So that is same as P. P or P is also same as P. Then P or Q is equal to Q or P or equivalent to Q or P. This is called commutative law, okay? And P and Q is equivalent to Q and P. So first was idempotent law, okay? So, and second is commutative law, third is associative law. So study what? P and Q and R, P and Q and R. Just difference is of bracket. Here is bracket over P and Q, sorry, Q and R. Here bracket is over P and Q. Now, so you also know this terms of multiplication. ABC is equal to ABC. So name is same, just structure change. Structure means multiplication is a structure. Here is AND OR, okay? Just structure change. Name is same. So for you also know the associative law for addition, associative law for multiplication. So that same holds here. Just in place of multiplication or addition, you have AND or OR here. Okay. So idempotent law, commutative, associative. So associative means you put bracket anywhere, value will be same. So P or Q or R is same as P or Q or R. Here bracket is over QR, here bracket is over P or Q. And here is no bracket, no problem. So already. Now distributive law. This was the same like we did here, third and fourth part. So P and Q or R is equivalent to P and Q or P and R. P or Q and R. So P or Q and P or R. Okay. Now we have De Morgan's law. So with this we have seen already. Negation of P and Q, negation P or negation Q. Negation of P or Q, negation P and negation Q. Now you have to remember this identity law. So come here, identity law. P and true. So you take any statement, you put true with them. Okay. So statement P and true. So that will follow like P. So means what? If P is true, true and true is going to be true. If P is false, false and true is going to be false. That's why. So P and true will follow or will be equivalent to the P only. Because if P is true, then true and true, true. P is false, then false and true is false. That's it. P and false is false. So P is whatever true or false. So true or and false is false. True and false is false, and false is also false. That's why P and false is always false, whatever P is, true or false. Again, P or false. So you can simply relate it, okay? P or false. So true or false, true, false or false, false. So whatever P you will take, it will be same. Again, P or true. So true or true is true, false or true is true. So P, whatever you take, it will give you true. So these are the rules. You can use it to prove two statements are equivalent. So these things will be used later on to prove if statements are equivalent. Next, complement law. So what is saying? P and not P. P and not P. Okay. So suppose P is true, then not P will be false. True and false, false. P is false, then not P is true. So false and true, false. So P and not P is always false. These are formulas. Okay. You are familiar with the, maybe if you they may be new. Just they are writing as a summary. P or not P. So P or not P. So P is true, then not P is false. So true or false is true. P is false, not P is true. So false or true is true. Next is absorption law. Okay, absorption law. So what does it say? P. So look carefully. Okay, P or P and Q. P or P and Q is equivalent to P. P or P and Q is equivalent to P. So what you can do, you for proof, you can use distributive law. Then I think it will be clear. Or you can make the truth table. The best way is to prove. You make the truth table. For this, you will get equal. So P or P and Q is equivalent to P. And P and P or Q. P and P or Q. So it is like A intersection A union B. So if you know set theory, then you can simply notice like that also. So this comes A only. And the last was A union A intersection B. That is nothing but A only, because this is a subset. So you can relate it to the set theory, then it will help you to remember easily. Okay, so P and P or Q. So that is equivalent to P. And you have already seen in the last remark, P implies Q is equivalent to not P or Q. They proved it also using truth table, and we can also prove using truth table. And P if and only if Q is equivalent to P implies Q and Q implies P. That's further can be written as, so P implies Q is equivalent to not P and not P or Q, like this one, earlier one, and Q implies P can be written as not Q or P. Okay. So any one of formula you want me to prove, we can prove using truth table. So I will make the truth table, and the statements you want to make equivalent, you will see that both have the same truth value. So do you have any doubt in this table? Anything you want to ask? Yes or no?
Clear, sir.
Once you understood, you don't have any doubt. Okay, so you don't have doubt. Now let's solve problems. So theories are only this, okay? And this is the last exercise. The questions from mains comes from this exercise only, okay? And this is the last topic. Next is just irrelevant. So 1.5, they just discuss application, which will not be asked in your mains or advance, okay? So I will not discuss that. You can see in your book. So this will not be, but you can see this is not difficult. You might have seen in physics the logic gates. Now there they use AND gate, OR gate. The concept is related to that. So okay, once I will introduce this also, but that is not much relevant because that is only what we have studied already. They are just telling you applications and in the circuits and switches. This you will go through in logic gates, in computer science or in physics also. Okay, so I will come here. First, you have to solve these examples. So come here. So the first example is write the negations of the following, stating the rule used. So these are the rules. Okay. So algebra of statements. This was the rules. Using these rules, we have to write the negation of this statement. Okay. So one by one, let's start. Okay. So part A. We have to write negation of P or Q and Q or not R. P or Q and Q or not R. Okay. Yeah. So you have to write negation of the whole. Okay. So now see. So first you will break over this and. So what is the negation of P and Q? So you will see this like P and you will see this like Q. So what is the negation of P and Q? Negation of P and
Q and P.
okay. So it is it will be negation of P or Q, or this end will convert into what? Negation of Q or not R. Okay. So this you can write in one bracket if you want, and this you can write in one bracket. Okay, now so you can further you can if you want you can do this. So negation P and negation Q. This is this one, or you break this one. So negation Q and R. You know why? Because already you have negation of R. So negation will cancel. So negation of negation R is R. Now what you can do? So not Q you can take common. So you can write not P and not Q as negation Q and negation P. You can write like this, or negation Q and R. So you can take common as negation Q. Okay. So what you will have left? So negation Q you are taking common. Okay. So you will have, what is the middle sign? First this sign. So and negation P or R. So look carefully. So this we took common. Okay. Not Q intersection or not Q and we have not P or R. If you break this, you will get same thing, not Q and not P, or not Q and R. So this is the answer. You can stop here if you want. You can do further if you want. So you wanted to find the negation only, okay? So negation of this, at last you get not Q and not P or R. So in this, you have any doubt? I mean, you want to ask something in this, somewhere you have doubt.
Is it clear?
Okay, so first part I did, and you can check here, like you have the same answer. Not Q and not P or R. Okay, so the answer here, you can see this answer. Okay, so they also use the same way, different rules they use. So rest part you try, I will do the last part now. So write the negation of this. Rest part you can do. So you have books. This book is available online also. You can download. So write the negation of fifth. So let's come to the fifth statement. It is P and Q implies not P or R. So P and Q implies not P or R. And you have to write its negation. Okay. The not P and R. There is not P and R. Okay. P and Q implies not P and R, not P or R. Okay. So first of all, you have to write. So how we write negation of P implies Q? Okay. This is the last part, key part. So P implies Q is equivalent to what? P implies Q. So you have the rules, okay? So you practice it by looking into it, no problem. Then after that you can do without looking into it. First you have to practice it so that you will remember it. So look here, P if and only if Q. Okay, P implies Q, we're talking, right? So P implies Q is equivalent to not P and not P or Q. Not P or Q. So not P or Q. So what you can do, you keep negation outside. First you write the equivalent. So P implies Q equivalent to not P. So not of this first one or not P or R. Okay. So what I'm using? I'm using this one. Not P or Q. P implies Q is equivalent to not P or Q. So in place of P, we have this. In place of Q, we have this. Now you simplify. So first you take the negation inside negation, no better way. So first you do negation P or negation Q. Or negation P or R. Okay. Now so what you can do? You take this negation inside, no problem. So we will take negation this side. This is P or Q. So we'll take negation. So it will be negation of negation P or negation Q, and this or will convert into and negation of negation P or R. Now you simplify this. So negation of negation P, and this or will convert into n, and negation of negation Q is Q. And here negation of negation P is P, or it's negation R. 1 minute, sorry. So this will be What negation you are taking inside? So negation of this or this will be n, it will be negation r. See, anywhere you have doubt, you just tell me. So negation of p or q is negation p and negation q. That's why. So p you can take common p, and so you have q and negation r. So you can write like this. P and q and negation r. So this is something like this. Okay. And remove the bracket. So let's check. So fifth part, this. So look there. P and q and the q and p and negation r. So they might have used some other way, I think. So whatever way they use, so it depends on you how to solve. So look this and tell me. If you have doubt, you tell me where you have doubt. First, what I did, I have written the equivalent statement of implies. Then I took this negation inside, and after this, we took the negation outside of that inside, and then you simplified it to get this. And also in mains exam, like they may ask you negation of this statement is you have 4 options. Now you have to verify. So you can do this way, or you can use the truth table method. Yeah, so no doubt. Okay, let's come to next. Okay, now see example 2. So what they are saying, you rewrite the following statement without using if then. So P implies Q is equivalent to not P or Q. So you can write P implies Q as not P or Q. You can write like this. Not P or Q. Okay. So see, here is if price increase, then wages rise. So how will you write? So you have to fit on this now. Okay. So here is P implies Q equivalent
Price
to.
doesn't increase, but the wages rise.
Okay, so price doesn't no, prices do not increase, or na, or
That's not the way.
or the wages rise, like this. If it is cold, then we wear woolen clothes. Okay. So if it is cold, yeah, then we wear woolen clothes. So see, not P. So not P means this. It is not cold, or
Or we wear woolen clothes.
we wear woolen clothes. Okay. So you can check answer, no? So it is not cold, or we wear woolen clothes. Now see this example number 3. What they are saying. So they are saying that without using truth table, prove that. Okay. So one way we had was, if we prove that both have the same truth table, or same truth values, means both are equivalent. Now they are saying you don't use the truth table, you prove directly. So you can start with LHS. So LHS is P if and only if Q, and you have the result that P if and only if Q is equivalent to what? So look, so you know that P implies Q and Q implies P, right? And P implies Q is equivalent to not P or Q, and Q implies P is equivalent to not Q or P, and Now you have to prove this. So I think that is what, right? Okay, negation you have to take outside. So you take one negation outside. So negation of negation is same statement. Okay. So you will put one more negation here. So it will be P and not Q. You are taking negation outside. That's why. And you take one negation from here also. So negation you will take outside. So Q and not P. Okay. This is what we wanted to prove. Look. So what I did, P if and only if Q equivalent to P implies Q and Q implies P. P implies Q is equivalent to. So we had this formula in the table or in the last formula list. And not P and Q, not P or Q, and this is not Q or P. Now you want to take negation outside, so that is P and not Q. You can take negation outside. This is Q and not P. So you can check if you take negation inside, you will get this. If you take negation inside, you will get this. Okay. Yeah. So can you prove the B and C also? Similar way.
Yes.
So let me prove second one also. Second one is negation of P or Q, or negation of P and Q. We want to prove it equivalent to minus P. Okay, not P. So let's do this. So open this negation. So it's a negation P and a negation Q, or negation P and Q. So negation P you can take outside and with hand. So you will get negation Q or Q. Now negation P, negation Q or Q. So you had the formula. Negation Q will be false if Q is true. So false or true is true, true or false is true, and not P intersection or not P and T. Not P and T depends on what? Depends on not P. If not P is true, the whole will be true. If not P is false, whole will be false. So that's what we wanted to do. Okay, that's fine. Or you have some difficulties. So what I'm doing, I'm using this algebra. So this one I'm using. So while solving you at your home, you also use this table. I'm using this table. Now, like you can see, just I use this thing. P and true is going to be P. I use this. Okay. Okay. So you use this rules or this formulas to prove that. So let me see what more you have. So please go through it in your home, and then so what is application? So see, let me I have to finish this chapter by today. So application of logic switching circuits. So you also know that you might have gone through AND gate, OR gate. Have you seen this AND gate, OR gate in computer science or physics? Yes or no? Have you gone through circuits or logic gates? Right? Simply tell me yes or no. Either you might have seen or you might not have seen. So after wasting 2-3 minutes. Okay, so see, simple rule is, just I will make you understand. So what is a switch? So it is like you can relate it to your house. So switch when you on the bulb goes on, and if you off this like this. So switch is a two state device used to control the flow of current in circuit. Okay, so on off, like this is off situation, and you can relate it, this is on situation, like now. So you join it, then it is current flows. If you cut it, then it will not, current will not flow. Okay, so in off state you can take it false, in on state you can take it true, like this. Okay, so now you see this circuit and tell me what will you see. So statement P is the switch S1 and the statement Q is switch S2. So statement P is true means switch S1 is on. Statement Q is true means switch S2 is on. Okay, and L is the lamp L. So lamp is connected to that switch. So tell me, lamp L will be switched on when? When lamp will be switched on?
Both switches are closed. Are on.
Yeah, both switches are on. Okay, so this will follow actually AND rule. So I will write simply S1 and S2. Means both switch are on, then only L light will glow, or this will be on. So this circuit will follow AND rule. AND means this intersection type. So S1 and S2. So you can say the input output table for this is P and Q. And this is same truth table as you made for P and Q. So you can simply see that P is on, Q is on, then the light will work, or you can say that will be on. If one of or both are off, the light will be off. So this simple AND gate. Simply you can make like this type of circuit. Okay, S1 is this, and you can make this type of light is here, suppose. And you are simply L you can take here. So here what do you see? Light will be on when? Any one of the switches on, right? Any one of them here. So S1 or S2, L will be equivalent to S1 or S2. So S1 will be on or off, S2 will be on or off. So L will be equivalent to S1 or S2. Okay, so this is just very simple. They just want to show you the applications. So look here, this is the OR thing. So two switches S1, S2 are combined in parallel. So if it is in series, then it is AND. Okay, you have seen earlier. If it is in parallel, so it is OR. So P is switch S1, Q is switch S2, then L is lamp. So input output table will be equivalent for P or Q. So either of switch is on, the light will be on. Okay. So if P is on or Q is on, any one of either of one is on, then light will be on. If both are off, then it is light is off. Okay. Now you can simply relate that. Okay. Look here. Now question is, express the following circuit in symbolic form of logic. Write input output table. So see, P statement, I'm writing switch S1, and Q statement is switch S2. Dash is the opposite. Okay, here you see S1 dash. The dash is the opposite. Opposite means if S is on, S dash will be off, like this. So what you can write for this light L, or input output will be equivalent to which expression? What is symbolic form? So see, you look here first. S1, S2 are in what? Parallel or series? S1 and S2.
Parallel.
Parallel. So we will write P. S1 I'm writing for P. So P or Q. Parallel it is. So either of them will work. or so third, this is also in parallel, okay? S1 dash S2 dash. So S1 dash is not P, and this is in series with not Q. So and not Q. So this is a symbolic form. P or P for the first S1, Q for the S2, and not P and not Q for this one. So not P, why not P? Because, yes,
Ended 12. Lecture was still 12.
what are you saying? I didn't get.
Was still 12.
Oh, okay. Class is till 12. Okay, thank you, thank you. So do you have any next class? So do you have next class or not?
No, sir.
Okay, so no problem. I think you can go through that. So I finished the chapter only here, and I would request you to, at your home, please go through it very well, like see theories and solve example exercises and solve previous year questions. Then you please consult me for your doubts. So a chapter I will finish only here. Then in next class I will discuss your doubts, and then we'll start new chapter. Okay. Okay, that's all for today. I think. Then thank you.